One of the worst aspects preventing a coherent response to the threat of human-made climate change is the general dumbing down of political discussion and the newly emerging revolution over facts from experts. British conservative politician Michael Gove captured this latter point well.
I think the people in this country have had enough of experts with organisations from acronyms
people of this country have had enough of experts.
From organisations with acronyms saying that they know what is best and getting it consistently wrong. Because these people are the same ones who got consistently wrong.
This is proper Trump politics, this isn't it?
No, it's actually a faith in the...
Oxbridge Trump.
That's right, Michael Gove, you be you, and next time you have a toothache, you make sure to give those expert dentists a wide berth and find some rando with a drill, because that's how things should work now, right? That level of stupidity used to be the disqualifier for a political career, but we've lowered the bar. Isn't that right, former Vice President Dan Quayle?
Very good. No. You gotta wait till the Vice President. You gotta let him...
Try one more time.
You gotta add a little bit to the end there. Spell that again now. Put it on the end. Potato. How's it? You're right phonetically, but what else? There you go. All right.
Potato, potato. Dan Quayle, who needs to be able to spell when you are just a heartbeat away from being the leader of the free world. Just picture how unbelievable that is. On a side note, those nuclear codes are alphanumeric, meaning those pesky letters are mixed up with numbers. You can't catch a break, huh? Fortunately, politics has evolved, or really devolved if you think about it. Why are they going in the opposite direction? Nowadays, not being able to spell barely gets you through the door. If you really want to rise to the top, not putting your words in the proper order is precisely what you should be aiming for.
You really have to. I mean, you've really put a big investment in our country. We appreciate it very much, Tim Apple.
I hope they now go and take a look at the oranges of the investigation, the beginnings of that investigation. You look at the origin of the investigation.
We'll give you a hand, Mr. President. Now you and Dan will be able to take on those pesky fruits and vegetables that help the rest of us learn the wretched alphabet that's against us. But at least now we're at the right kindergarten level of understanding for a proper political discussion about the biggest challenge to face humanity in generations. Meet Dana Rohrabacher. This former Reagan speechwriter spent 30 years in Congress. That is 30 years making laws and serving on the Space and Science Subcommittee and the Energy and Environment Subcommittee. So Congressman Rohrabacher surely must have a lot of climate change wisdom to share.
And you're blaming human activity for what's going on in Earth, but you see it at the same time on Mars. Why do you automatically assume, well, that must be human activity?
So no, it is not the Martians causing climate change. Any other pearls of wisdom, Congressman Rohrabacher?
We don't know what those other cycles were caused by in the past. Could be dinosaur flatulence, or who knows?
No, it wasn't the dinosaur farts either. Still, it is incredible the mental gymnastics you are willing to perform to prove that climate change is caused by anything other than humans. Unfortunately, the craziness is not limited to questioning the causes of climate change. This is the level of crazy that can come up with some solutions too. Back in 2011, Rohrabacher came up with this doozy. Is there some thought being given to subsidizing the clearing of rainforests in order for some countries to eliminate that production of greenhouse gases? The California Republican asked Todd Stern, the top U.S. climate diplomat and lead witness at a hearing. Our thoughts exactly, Mr. President. Shame it seems you knocked sense out of young Rohrabacher rather than knocking any in. Unfortunately, Rohrabacher was not a lone voice in Congress. Meet Representative Mo Brooks. Old Mo here isn't down with the Martians and dinosaurs, but he has a few other ideas to float down the river, quite literally it seems.
Every single year that we're on Earth, you have huge tons of silt deposited by the Mississippi River, by the Amazon River, by the Nile, by every major river system, and for that matter, creek, all the way down to the smallest systems. And every time you have that soil or rock or whatever it is that is deposited into the seas, that forces the sea levels to rise, because now you've got less space in those oceans because the bottom is moving up.
No, Mo, it's not the rocks in the river causing the sea levels to rise. But the rocks in your head may be part of the problem. Are you starting to notice a pattern yet? Once you've dumbed down the political discussion about climate change to a preschool level, you can say these crazy things out loud with little to no repercussions. It helps their case that scientists and experts use long words and show boring charts. Where's the fun in that? But should we really listen to the crazy? But it seems some people do like to get advice from people who have no clue what they are talking about.
There's that Gallup poll that came out last month, which found 1 in 4 Americans is skeptical of all the effects of climate change and thinks this issue's been exaggerated.
In responding to this very clip, HBO's John Oliver put the response far better than we can.
Who gives a shit? That doesn't matter. You don't need people's opinions on a fact. You might as well have a poll asking which number is bigger, 15 or 5. Or do owls exist? Or are there hats? The debate on climate change should not be whether or not it exists, it's what we should do about it. Global temperatures are rising, heat waves are becoming more common, sea surface temperatures are also rising, glaciers are melting, and of course no climate report is complete without the obligatory photo of a polar bear balancing on a piece of ice.
So you don't get a root canal from an alleyway dentist, no matter how enthusiastic they might be to have a try. And you don't get your climate science from people with rocks in their heads. Climate change is a fact, and we must start dealing with it.